Thanks to Transformers 1, the franchise has just created the means for a far better team of Decepticons that has ever been seen before on the big screen.
Oh my goodness, that's so much better.
As seen in the new animated feature depicting the origins of both Optimus Prime and Megatron and the formation of their classic factions on their home planet of Cybertron, the formation of the Decepticons is very well done. It also sets up a perfect continuation for key characters who will serve Megatron going forward. By the end of Transformers 1, the bot formerly known as D16 motivates an entire group of disenfranchised Cybertronians to rise against the lies they'd long been told by Cybertron's previous and corrupt leadership. Under Megatron's leadership, these bots refuse to ever be deceived or manipulated again, hence their new names as Decepticons. To that end, it's a far cry from the Decepticon depictions provided in the live-action Transformers films, and the sequel to the animated feature could go even further. Transformers is one of the most popular franchises of all time, and a lot of it has to do with the live-action movies that began in 2007 by Michael Bay. Brought to life with an impressive mix of CGI and practical effects, there's no denying that both the live-action Autobots and their Decepticon rivals are very cool to look at as they continually battle it out on planet Earth. That said, character depth and dimension for these bots are not nearly as strong when compared to human characters like Shia LaBeouf's Sam Witwicky or Mark Wahlberg's Cade Yeager, and the Decepticons definitely had it worse.
You are so fucking boring.
The live-action Decepticons have very little personality or dimension beyond being the evil robots. While there were some attempts made by Starscream to usurp Megatron's command as he does elsewhere in Transformers lore, the dynamics of their relationship were never explored in any meaningful way. While Starscream was also shown to be a coward and Megatron gradually became more unhinged, the rest of the Decepticons only really served to look cool and be evil as they sought to conquer Earth. Hardly any characterization is given to any of them, especially when compared to depictions seen outside of the big screen. Comparatively, the animated Transformers 1 is a very good start when it comes to depicting the Decepticons. On the whole, Transformers 1 is very much focused on D16 and how he became Megatron. That said, the reveal that the majority of the bots who became the Decepticons were once the exiled Cybertronian High Guard is genius, giving them a dynamic motivation to reclaim Cybertron after stamping out the corruption and lies of the past, albeit by brute force and coercion. The rift that grows between Megatron and Optimus Prime is developed incredibly well, having once been brothers who became rivals due to Megatron's unyielding hate and refusal to let anyone else lead Cybertron following the lies of the past. As such, Megatron comes to see that power and force are the only things that gain respect, which he indeed uses to claim command of the High Guard from Starscream. To that end, this initial movie has become the perfect launchpad for a truly captivating team of Decepticons on screen, with the faction officially being born and rising up in Transformers 1's post-credit scene.
Rise and shine.
What's truly exciting is that Starscream, Soundwave and Shockwave are the three most predominant Decepticons seen in Transformers 1. Visually looking like their first-generation depictions, the hope is each of these commanders would be given a spotlight going forward in a Transformers 1 sequel. After all, the foundations have already been set as to why Steve Buscemi's Starscream would be bitter towards Megatron, as it was originally his command that was taken. Likewise, Soundwave can be further developed as a bot with enduring loyalty to Megatron as a leading communications officer and spy master with his legion of cassette minions. Shockwave could be the Decepticons' dark science officer, conducting disturbing experiments while also driven by pure logic alone. So much so that he's been driven in past continuities to usurp Megatron as a far more legitimate threat to his rule than Starscream ever could hope to be. At any rate, there's great potential for Transformers 1 canon and the future of the Decepticons, as much more can be done for the Autobots' rivals compared to the live-action movies.
Decepticons! Begin our assault!